Hey yo, E-King's Fight News, and Eddie Hearn reveals what I already told you. Anthony Joshua will be back on the zone, and it won't be in April. It's looking like March, and it'll probably be against Jarrell, Big Belly Miller. And it's E-King Fight News, man. We got more on this. Oh, did I say March? I meant June. I meant June, guys. So Hearn is saying don't be surprised if Joshua's on the zone in the U.S. in June. Hey, by the way, it's funny how I tell you guys this and then Boxing Scene's reporting on it. I just find that real interesting, you know. Shout out to E-King Fight News. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. There's been radio silence from Deontay Wilder. Hearn insisted to Chris Mannix on Friday evening. Fury were talking. Dillian White were talking. White is unhappy. Hearn acknowledged that. Right? He's got his price tag for the fight. Anthony has his price tag. It's a voluntary shot for Dillian White. Part of me wants to see AJ in the U.S. Hearn admitted, even teasing a date, location, and opponent for the very scenario. Jarrell Big Baby Miller is creeping into the top 5. No, he's not. And to be credible, worldwide superstar, at some point you have to fight in America. You know, it's funny how they acknowledge this, and they're throwing in Big Baby Miller. How do you... Yo, hold on a second. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Did Eddie Hearn say this? Look at this quote. Part of me wants to see Anthony Joshua in the United States. Hearn admitted. Jarrell Big Baby Miller, he's creeping into the top 5 right now. To be a credible worldwide superstar, at some point you have to fight in America, but they couldn't do that for Deontay Wilder. Huh? What does that tell you about your hero AJ? You know, this unified belt holder. What does that tell you about him? That he's not a worldwide superstar? Because he hadn't fought in the U.S.? Oh, but he turned down the opportunity to do so in 2018? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You see where rolling with Eddie Hearn gets you? It gets you on the road to fucking nowhere. That's where it gets you, man. It gets you trying to salvage and defend a matchup between AJ and Big Belly Miller, which everybody knows, man. Okay, maybe Miller has an outside 10% shot of winning that fight, but that's a mismatch if I've ever seen one. That's a mismatch if I've ever seen one. Man, now I told you guys this was coming, didn't I? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. White has won 9 straight since then, including 2 over longtime rival Derek Chisora, and he had a better performance against Joseph Parker. Right? To see Anthony Joshua fill up Madison Square Garden with 21,000 in attendance, that's a real statement to be made. We'll see what happens. I think you'll get a decision made next week. And he said that on Friday. He said that on Friday. If you can't get Wilder or Fury or Dillian, I think you have to come to America, and Jarrell is the front of that queue. But don't be surprised to see Anthony Joshua on the zone in the U.S. in June. Told you guys. Didn't I tell you guys this shit would happen? Y'all know it's true. Y'all know it's true, don't you? But hey, man. I'm telling you, man. Eddie Hearn needs to make this shit. He needs to get it popping in the U.S. because he hasn't done that yet. Right? He's gotten it going with the Canelo situation because he got that big fight for Danny Jacobs. Credit to him on that. But AJ has done poultry numbers on DAZN And I just don't see Jarrell Miller being the guy. Unless you see what the thing is, now you got a guy that can talk shit. But honestly, something has to happen to really garner the interest in Joshua versus Miller. Something needs to happen that hasn't happened yet. Because Miller has been basically, I'm not going to say unknown, but he's been buried on these DAZN cards. That who's really watching him? Who's really paying attention to Jarrell Miller versus Bogdan Dinu? You know? I mean, that's just facts, man. So now they're in a situation where AJ's being forced because he doesn't want to pay Dillian White. Because they're basically ducking Dillian White. To be honest, they're ducking Dillian White. They're ducking a rematch with Dillian White so they can fight Jarrell Miller in the U.S. And it's all facts, guys. And the UK fans don't know what to say. You don't hear a peep from those guys on this issue. Why is that? I want to hear their thoughts on this issue. And all those trolls that come to my channel, I want to hear your thoughts. Don't tell me he deserves an easy fight. Don't tell me that bullshit. Right? This champion, oh, he's got 22 fights. He's got 4 belts. He's got the IBO that no one cares about. He's got the IBF from Charles Martin. He got the WBA from, that was a gift, right? Yo, man. Oh, and he got the WBO from Parker, who got it from Andy Ruiz. So, I mean, come on. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. Those titles are all fucking Tyson Fury's belts, man. They're all Fury's belts. He didn't lose them in the ring. And he just caught a draw with Deontay Wilder. They're doing a rematch. And I told you guys exactly what's going to happen. AJ's trying to get some, he's trying to copy what Deontay Wilder's doing. That's what he's trying to do. And I don't know if it's going to work out for him. I really don't know if it's going to work out for him at the end of the day. I really don't. But hey, you know what it is, man. SC King Fight News. And we're not done. Alright, so meanwhile, according to Frank Warren, Wilder versus Fury rematch could land on April 27 or May. Right? So we have this fight that's potentially going down later on in 2019. This is what Frank Warren had to say. There's a willingness to do the fight. It's the most lucrative match for Tyson. There's more money in that than fighting Anthony Joshua. It's an easier fight to make because 2 parties want to make it happen. Negotiations are ongoing at the moment. I expect us to agree to terms. America's the most lucrative. I'd like it to be in England, but it takes 2 to tango. I would think the fight would be in late April or May if we can agree to terms. So that's the update on that fight. And your boy Anthony Joshua is looking to eat. He's looking to eat some burgers with Jarrell Miller. It sounds like, man. They're gonna have a burger fucking eating contest, and it's not gonna work out for AJ. That's what they gotta do, man. They gotta have a press conference, and it's gonna be a burger eating contest between AJ and Jarrell Miller. They gotta do something, man. I'll tell you, they gotta do something, man. Maybe Jarrell Miller has to punk him again at the press conference. I don't really know, but you know, they gotta do something, because right now, am I interested in that fight? I might be interested a week before the actual event, but right now, man, do I really care about AJ in June versus Jarrell Big Baby Miller? Do I really care about that fight? No. Would I subscribe to DAZN to watch that fight? No, absolutely not. But you see what Eddie Hearn's doing? Oh my goodness. Do you see the devil behind what Eddie Hearn is doing? Because you see what happened here? This is what's happening here. This is what's happening here. He needs to boost AJ's ratings. So he wants to put him after the Canelo situation. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you gotta really see the devil behind this. You see what I'm saying? So Canelo's fighting Danny Jacobs in May, Cinco de Mayo. We all know this. And Eddie Hearn knows if he puts AJ before Canelo, he's gonna do trash numbers. So he wants to build off the Canelo situation and have AJ coming after the month after. So it's going to be May, then June. So whoever subscribed in May, they're going to get 30 days free, and then they got to pay in June. For all those guys who got a subscription and they forgot to cancel, they're going to end up paying for AJ, and they're going to be like, what the fuck is this? So you got to see that there's some trickery going on here. There's some definite trickery when it comes to Anthony Joshua, DAZN, and Eddie Hearn. But hey, you know what it is. It's E King Fight News. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for now, peace, yo. We're out.